Welcome! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown's Odyssey to the Oscars, where we bring the Academy Awards home on a budget. Imagine going from writing your very own Princess Diaries in a Walt Disney flick about who your dream Prince Charming might be, all the way to writing down the contact info for a seasoned defense lawyer after getting busted in East LA with drug dealers. That's pretty much Anne Hathaway going from one clean-cut role all the way down to one attractively dirty role in Havoc. This 2005 straight-to-DVD release from an exclusive overseas theatrical run was released unrated on DVD and picked up for $2.69. And as you see here on the bottom left and right-hand corners of the case, this is a blockbuster rental, previewed and pre-priced at $9.99. Quality guaranteed, and I must say, this is a relatively quality film.
This is my killer DVD system.
This is my killer DVD rental section.
Twin wave laser pickup, progressive scan output.
Turn of the century dramas, futuristic sci-fi comedies,
42 inches.
1,000 movies.
You have the hardware, Blockbuster has the software. We have more DVDs to rent than ever, and you like your DVD, or the next one's free.
High-density plastic resin containment unit.
The best way to DVD is Blockbuster, bringing entertainment home.
Sometimes your desires can take you too far. Two-time Oscar-winning director Barbara Kopple, this by the way being one of her very first narrative feature dramas. She was a two-time Oscar winner for documentaries, Holland County, USA, and American Dream. Alongside Best Adapted Screenplay Oscar winner for Traffic in 2001, Stephen Gaghan, deliver a stunningly gritty and rivetingly erotic thriller about LA teens with a taste for the forbidden. Starring Anne Hathaway, soon-to-be Oscar winner, in a searing, sexy, and utterly unexpected role, Havoc is one of the most shocking and controversial films of the year. They were done with playing it safe when Allison Lang, played by Hathaway, and her best friend Emily, played by Bejo Phillips, leave their rich suburb for a joyride through East LA. They glimpse a frightening landscape of drugs, violence, and gang brutality. But as their fear turns to infatuation, the friends find themselves seduced, literally, by a dark and dangerous world where a pretty girl can get anything she wants, except a second chance. This co-stars Freddie Rodriguez, Sherry Appleby from Roswell, Michael, the Terminator, Bane, yes, I'm still a Terminator junkie, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Matt O'Leary as teenage filmmaker Eric, Lawrence San Giacomo, and get this, a cameo from Robert Shapiro as himself, famed LA defense lawyer. This is unrated because it was never released in the US. Again, it was released only overseas. It didn't even recoup its $9 million budget. Yet this contains strong sexual content, nudity, pervasive language, violence, drug and alcohol use, all involving teens. It is a New Line home entertainment release, which runs 92 minutes long, with closed captions. The co-writer for the story, Jessica Kaplan, first sold this to New Line Cinema in 1995 for $150,000 under the original treatment title The Powers That Be, after writing it in 1993 at the age of 14 years old. 7 years went by, and Stephen Gaghan gave it a rewrite and a different title, Havoc. In June of 2003, just before filming was set to begin, sadly, Jessica Kaplan was killed in a plane crash in LA with 4 other passengers, including her uncle. The film is dedicated to her memory. So the gist of the story is rich, affluent kids of LA getting bored with their rich lifestyle and pretending to be hardcore gangbangers and doing a rather bloody awful job. As a matter of fact, they did so awful. You know the term, don't try too hard? Well, those kids, including Allison, played by Hathaway, take that term and give it a bloody, premature burial. That's how stupid they are as gangbangers. You can only go so far before it all catches up to you. As the byline says, some lines are not meant to be crossed. This was uncomfortable to watch. but it did its job of being uncomfortable to watch. But call me a simpleton, Anne Hathaway's beauty made me feel content, even I had to skip some scenes. I'd say 4 out of 5 claps is a safe rating for this. I'm taken by one of Eric's lines in the film. Sometimes friends are God's way of apologizing for family. Well, with friends like hers in East and West LA, well, who needs enemies? Especially when they're almost always in plain sight. And even after this ordeal, still thinking about Anne Hathaway as my girlfriend would still not be an option that bad, way in the back burner. Thanks for watching. Remember, there is no place like the Thrift Store Rundown that brings the Academy Awards home on a budget. I'll catch you, as I always do, on the thrift side.